Welcome to week 1 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. This is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and we're going to be making the spooky banner, and I'm going to be making the paper with crumb cake cardstock and some Magenta Black ink. So I've got these pieces cut at 4 by 5.5. I got 4 pieces out of 1 sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to use my stamp apparatus so that it's easy to do repeat stamping, and I'm inking up the buffalo check background stamp. And I'm going to stamp it several times until I get the look that I want. So you can see I'm just re-inking and pressing down good and getting a good stamp. So I need 2 of those for my banner. So I'm going to switch the plates, and I have the Crackle Paint background stamp, and I'm inking this up, and I'm going to stamp over this twice. Now you might have noticed I put a little snail underneath the cardstock to keep it in place. So now I can put the stamp apparatus aside, and I wanted a dotted pattern, so I'm using a sponge dauber and the Magenta Black ink, and I'm just sponging some random dots all over the piece of crumb cake. And so this is really a fun pattern, and it's fun and easy to do, so I encourage you to try it. Alright, and then I wanted one more different pattern, so you can get an embossing folder that you like. This one's the corrugated. I pulled out the tin tile as well. But I'm inking up the inside of the corrugated embossing folder and pressing on it and using it as a stamp and to get that striped image. So now I have some 1x4 pieces of Cajun Craze cardstock that acts like a little accent border at the top. I'm using the Artisan Texture Stamp Set to just add a texture stamp along the strip of Cajun Craze just to give it a little interest. Now I'm going to cut my banner pieces. So what I do is I measure 2 inches in the center and then come up 1 inch from the bottom, and then I'm going to draw a line from the center point to each point edge and then just trim it with my paper snips. Now what I do is just use that as a pattern for the rest of the pieces, trace and cut. And so I'm going to do that on all the rest, and we'll continue on with our banner. I have some 2-inch circles in black and the starburst circles in Cajun Craze, and I've got them all on my banner, and I've glued the Cajun Craze strips. And so now I have the little handwritten crows stamp dies that I cut the word spooky from, and you could do any word that you'd like. You could do Halloween, you could do boo, and just adjust the number of banner pieces as you need. And so I'm just gluing these on. They're cut from crumb cake, and gluing them on the black circles. So now I'm going to punch holes, and I just have an old crocodile that's punching through the center of that Cajun Craze strip. And then I'm going to take a dark Cajun Craze marker and color some rhinestones, some of our clear rhinestones, and use them as a little accent piece on that basic black circle. And so I'm putting 3 on each circle to go next to the letter, just to add a little fun. And now you can take twine or ribbon and just thread through these holes and pull it all through, and that will be to hang the banner. Now I usually leave at least a foot on each end so that I can have just a variety of places that I can hang it, and I might need more or less, but you can always just wind it up if you've got too much of the string on the end and save it for the next time you hang it. Okay, so I'm going to measure that out and just cut the ends. Now I see that I messed up on one of the banner pieces, so I wanted to go on top of each of those Cajun Craze strips, and so I undid it from the Y end, and now I'm stringing the K and the Y back so that it's all uniform. So thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week for week 2 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.